Hello everybody, my name is Jacob Toronto of ChasingCinema.com. Thank you for tuning into ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel where each day I upload a few videos talking about what's going on in the world of motion picture, from movie news to trailer reviews to DVD releases to images and casting details, all of that each day. And then of course each week we upload a podcast and a video review of the major motion pictures coming out. Make sure to check all that out as soon as you're done with this video. But before you leave, please tune in as we are going to talk about right now Furious 7. Now, if you are like most of the world out there today, you have seen Furious 7, the latest installment in the Fast and Furious franchise, as we did 2 weeks ago. I believe it's going on 3 weeks and a few days. This movie has done over $800 million in under 2 weeks. Now that is incredibly impressive. It is obviously going to be the most successful, financially successful Fast and Furious movie there has ever been, as I'm sure, within a few weeks it'll probably cross that $1 billion mark. I wouldn't be surprised next Monday after the weekend we hear that it has officially crossed that marker. And a lot of people are just talking about this movie. It is incredibly big box office numbers. But I want to talk about some things, and I want to kind of really look into that. Now, first of all, Furious 7, a movie that really was leading off these two really great action films, Fast 5 and Fast 6, which people enjoyed. A lot of people enjoyed. I really love Fast 5. Fast 6, I thought was okay. I wasn't absolutely too crazy about it, but Furious 7 has kind of given everyone off their seats. Everyone is excited. And then, unfortunately, a few years ago, Paul Walker, a main star in the Fast and Furious franchise, passes away in a tragic car accident. And a lot of changes to be made. They need to find... not sure if they need to redo it without Paul Walker, and they're kind of stumbling. They end up keeping Paul Walker in and then using CGI and a few other elements to finish the film with Paul Walker. I wasn't too crazy about Furious 7, except the ending. I think the ending dedication for Paul Walker, I won't say what it is, so don't worry, there's no spoilers, but that was something so cool. I've been watching movies from all my life, and I've been studying film from, the early 1900s till now, and I've never seen something that cool. I mean, I thought it was a beautiful dedication, but more of general audiences obviously are going in drones to see this movie. They want to see it. The theaters have been packed more than I've seen since the end of the month. I mean, to end the year last year, December, but since January till now, I've not seen the theaters this busy. Even with 50 Shades of Grey, it was never as busy as it is right now, which is extraordinary. I love busy theaters, and it's really helpful that Furious 7 has been able to is going to dominate the month of April, because the movie came out the first week of April. Last week, Nicholas Sparks' latest film, The Longest Ride, was released, which obviously isn't doing very well in the box office, and it's not going to be able to obviously compete. This week we have Paul Blart 2, Unfriended, and True Story, but those movies aren't going to do well money. They'll do an even distribution, but none of them will, again, top Furious 7. Next week is also a slow week. However, this huge dominant force that is going on between Furious 7, unfortunately, is going to come to a stop on May 1st, because that is the release of the Avengers Age of Ultron, and that's when things are really going to pick up. I think this movie will easily, like I said, make $1 billion. Will it make $2 billion? I don't believe so. I know it's a really, really great movie, and people are going and falling in love with it, but I don't think it'll make the $2 billion mark. However, once we hit the Avengers, then we are really going to start seeing some box office numbers. The Avengers is going to be really huge movies. All summer, we have a lot of things to look forward to. People are talking about Mad Max. People are talking about Ant-Man. Obviously, yesterday, I talked about the new Ant-Man trailer that featured Yellow Jacket. If you've not seen that, after this video, go check that out. Just so many things that are going to be kind of interrupting this flow of Furious 7, but it was a good month for it to dominate and to really kind of reign in a beautiful, beautiful number at the box office. Really impressive. Also, at the same time, we have to realize that the movies make most of their money in the very beginning of their release. So obviously in the first 2 weeks, I would say, is when movies make the most money that they can. So now it'll just kind of be more of a decreasing number, lower and lower. But I still think people are going to go see it. I know I have friends who've seen it twice already. I've only seen it once, and that was good enough for me. But I know there's still people who are still struggling to go see it. So the movie, regardless of how I felt about it personally, is impressive. They're financially impressive, and I'm glad, and I'm sure that, and there's been talk for 8, 9, and 10. I believe last night or the night before, Vin Diesel sang a little tribute to Paul Walker, and that's getting people emotional, and he made a comment about the next Furious movie. I mean, before this movie came out, he said that this movie should win Best Picture. Vin Diesel said this. And he's completely wrong. It will never win Best Picture. It's not the movie that would win Best Picture. I think it's a beautiful tribute, don't get me wrong, but it's just not that movie. Nor is it good enough to be that in that category, nor is it just the type of movie that the Academy would nominate in the first place. I'm not trying to knock the movie, but I'm just trying to be realistic. However, Vin Diesel says, quote, Furious 7 was for Paul. Furious 8 is by Paul. What that means, I'm really unsure about. But we are going to see, because I know they were also talking about that Furious 8, 9, and 10 will be taking place in New York, a different change of scenery. So I'm interested to see what is to come of this franchise. Hopefully it fluctuates back into a direction where I liked it. The reason why I wasn't a big fan of this movie is because it went completely out there into becoming a superhero movie where Vin Diesel can move the ground with a stomp of his foot, and people are just settling scores by running cars incredibly fast into each other, just crashing, see if you can live. I mean, it just doesn't make very much sense, but regardless, again, impressive. Over $800 million in the first 2 weeks. Very impressive. Tell me what your thoughts of Furious 7 was, what you're expecting out of the next Furious movies, if they should even do more Furious movies. I believe that was a great closing, and that's where they should close. But let me know your opinions on Furious 7. How many times have you seen it? And let me know how excited you are for the Avengers. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jacob Toronto. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jacob Toronto. That's Tiranno. Again, that's Tiranno. And of course, please continue chasing cinema. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. That's always important. Again, ladies and gentlemen, go visit chasingcinema.com, the film lovers website.